वासुदेव कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय श्री गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Dear devotees, with the grace of the Bhagwan Sri Krishna and divine knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, today on a very devotional occasion. When we talk about the devotional occasion, means ke Bhakti Saptami Tithi. Saptami Tithi is a Tithi in the Bhagavad Dharma. So when we say Bhagavad Dharma means ke Bhakti Dharma. Bhakti is the karma pradhana. Even to perform the bhakti, devotion, we have to perform the karma. So, for example, when we talk about I want to chant the mantra. Now that is the thought. But without the chanting the mantra, how can you chant the mantra? The process of the chanting the mantra is called the karma. Now how you chanting, that is method. Sometimes we chant with the holding the beat, means ke mada. Sometimes we chant without mada. But we doing that process of the chanting is karma. So when I talk about the bhakti and the karma is a parallel. When we bring the bhakti in every karma, devotion, then it's become a sannyasa. Pancham Adhyay, 5th chapter is, name is called the Karma Sannyas Yoga. We are going to start today. Karma Sannyas Yoga means ke many times devotee says ke I am a sannyasi. What is sannyasi means? Ke bhai I have left all moha maya from this world and then I am free from all those things. But that moha maya you have left it. To just because of the saying that I have left moha maya, or you have really left the moha maya. That's why Bhagwan Sri Krishna on 5th chapter has introduced as a karma sannyas yoga. When we bring the bhakti into the karma, then it's become automatically sannyas. Bhakti itself is a sannyas. We don't have to move away from our responsibilities, our duties, and our day-to-day life. We don't have to. That was a perception in mind, and still in so many people's minds. Okay, if you leave the sansar, if you leave the family, if you leave the everybody, and if you go into the forest, or if you wear the certain kind of the cloth, certain type of the cloth surrounding you, then you known as a sannyasi. Sannyasi is not that case. You don't have to leave. Bhagwan Sri Krishna did not ask anybody to leave the sansar. That is, perception itself is wrong. I have to leave my sansar. Why? Why you have to leave the sansar? Now you leaving the sansar and becoming a sadhu or sannyasi, that means you running away from your responsibilities and duties in your karma, which is Bhagwan has made, Bhagwan has given to you to fulfill those. Without karma binding, you didn't born that particular family. Now we said, no, I am going to stay away from that. Why? Because we as individuals not capable to handle that. That is why I said, I am running away. So in the entire Bhagavad Gita, Not even in a one verse is Bhagwan mention about it, कि where you going to leave the sansar. Bhagwan says, perform the bhakti while you are in the sansar. That is the best bhakti. And if you look at the whole list of those people who got the moksha, they got the moksha into the, within the system, within the sansar. Narsimha Mehta did not leave the sansar. He had a family. Bhagwan Sri Ram himself has a family. Bhagwan Sri Krishna himself has a family. Bhagwan itself is setting the example. Narsimha Mehta, Mirabai, Vibhishana, Prahlad, Dhruv, all of them, Bhagwan did not told them, hey, like that. Dhruv was 6-year-old child, Prahlad was 7-year-old child, and said, okay, at the age of the 7, they already had a sakshatkar, means Bhagwan himself has came to help them and rescue them. That time Bhagwan did not say, look, you are a child, so you come, I am giving you straight away moksha. Because you had already my sakshatkar, I gave my darshan to you, and then you finish your duty, your responsibility, let's come, let's go. Did not say Bhagwan like that. Bhagwan said, no. I gave you the darshan, sakshatkar. But you going to be stay in the family, you're going to fulfill all the duties and responsibilities. You will perform the karma, every single perform, and then you're going to leave the sansar. And that's why 5th chapter is focusing on that, all other things. What is the definition of the sannyas? Karma sannyas, either you leave you detach yourself from the karma, that is the karma sannyas, or you detach yourself from the duties and responsibilities and you tell yourself a sannyasi. So physically you have detached, but what about your mentally? When you go into the forest, and then if you're still thinking about the bhajia, then what is the purpose to stay in a forest? It has happened. There was sannyasi. Because is laughing, but he knows what the story it is. So it was sannyasi, and said when sannyasi visit to the different houses, went to the one house, so it was very bhakti bhava house. So they thinking we are welcoming the sannyasi who coming to our house, we give a best hospitality. So then the sannyasi started all the rules. So I only drink the milk in the night, I only eat certain kind of the food, this and one, A, B, C, D, all those things. So those family has follow all those whatever was supposed to be. And then with some circumstances, sannyasi was going to stay 3 days into that house. And after some circumstances, after 2nd day, sannyasi has to move out from the house to go to another house to spend the night before the sannyasi depart from that particular town. So from this house to another house sannyasi went, and then his story over. And 3 days later, the house who was hosting to the sannyasi, they came to know that the house which the sannyasi has sent it, they send it with all information and instruction with this sannyasi like this. But actually, in that very same evening, that in that house, sannyasi had a beautiful bhajia, tea, coffee, and gathia, and then what so all those things. Sannyasi refused to take it here. Everything had it in that house and that night. And next morning, sannyasi left. And this is a true story. I'm not even making up the story. This has happened. That breaks the people's trust towards the sannyasi, towards the definition of the sannyas, towards the definition of the bhakti. And this is exactly happening in this world right now. We change the definition of our bhakti according to our convenient. So we have made it our life as a convenient way. Okay, I'm going to become a bhakta when it's going to be suit me. And I'm not going to become a bhakta and then I'm going to raise the question about the bhakti when if the things doesn't suit me. So when we tell in the Diwali time, or Navratri time, or Ram Navami time, okay, we all of us must supposed to be observe the fast, means and then we all of us supposed to be perform the rituals and pujas on those days. Because this doesn't apply and doesn't suit to certain crowd, then they raise the question about it. No, I don't know anything, I'm not aware, this and that and all other things. But in the very same time, in the very same festival occasions, when we tell them, okay, no, you can have a fun, you can have a party, you can have a this and that. Oh, no, it suits me, so I like that festival. Convenient is very difficult phase of this era of this technology. Our life is becoming everything surrounding the convenient way. And that is the way our karma is going wrong. That is where we compromising on our karma. That is where we compromising on our ethics. That is where we compromising on our morals, human ethics, and everything. And that's why Bhagavan Shri Krishna is telling us, ke bhai, focus on the karma and perform the karma which de-attached yourself emotionally, soulfully, mentally into that karma. As soon as we get attached with those elements, and then if those elements doesn't come in a way which we want, and then we feel pain, sorrow, and depressed, and everything. Sukh and dukh. Let's understand the definition of the sukh and dukh. Sukh means ke happy. Dukh means ke pain. Say sadness, negativity. So if there was one person is walking on the street, if you don't know that person, and that suddenly that person starts smiling towards you, so you will react as a smile way. Smile. That's it. The things is end there. And then 2 minutes later, another person come who we don't know, and they start bombarding from all accusations and everything. We don't even know that person. We're also going to react, I don't know what is he speaking, and then let's carry on. Maybe he's gone mad, whatever it is. But now, that is the one part. Other part, when we walking on the street and we see someone, our loved ones, or our friends, our colleagues, a person who we know, and that person comes and smiles, so then we're going to spend 2 minutes, 3 minutes. We're going to exchange a few words, happy words or whatever, because we know that person. So we are attached with that soul, A soul to attach with the B souls. And that karma ended. And then after somebody come who we know, and then suddenly that person start accusing us from bombarding everything. So that's going to be affect us. Why? Because we know that person, and why this person is speaking in this language. So that is going to give us a dukh, pain. Very same act was performed by the unknown person, did not give us a pain. But the very same act is performed by the known person, giving us a pain. Why? Because we have attached me, my karma now is gone. Anything in a life, jeev or nirjeev vastu, sajeev or nirjeev. Sajeev means with the life, nirjeev means without the life. Whatever comes in our life, if we have to use it, we must use it. But condition is it must be a bhakti involved behind it. Bhakti is very important. Without bhakti, that karma is become a attached karma, and that karma become a binders. Karma which we perform, which binding us, and that is why Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, that when you perform the karma which de-attached you, which is taking us into the moksha marga. What is the moksha? So, Ayagadi, today we going slightly in the different level of the talk. What is the moksha? So then we said moksha means once I receive the moksha, then I will not come back in this earth. That is the definition of the moksha we understand up to now. But who is I not going to come? Either you or me is going to decide whether I want to come or I don't want to come. But who is I? Who is I? This is body cannot decide. Okay, and anyway, this is the last body. You're not going to get. So already you're going to get a moksha from this body. This face which we have got in this birth, after we leave the body, finish. We're not going to get. So already that we receive the moksha from that body. Because that body, that face will not come back again in the soul account. So that's why we receive the moksha already. Definition of the moksha is, we must just understand that. The definition of the moksha is the soul which someone who sea water, we can visualize how the sea water look like, river water look like, pond water look like. There is vision, but soul have no vision. We cannot see the soul. Now that is the someone who want to get a freedom from the receiving the bodies, and that is called the moksha. Something which is we need to understand. Receiving the body. So now this body which we have right now, in this body we performing the karma. We listening the satsang, bhajan, kirtan, we doing our normal routine work, emotionally attachment, physically attachment, mental attachment and everything, tan, man, dhan attachment. Whole long list calculation starts, and then based on that decide what was the intention behind it to performing this karma. Say for example, right now I am giving the Bhagavad Gita lecture. Okay, what is my intention behind it? So there could be a 4 intention, or 5 intention, 10 intention, 50 intention. But a major said, okay, I am giving a lecture to uplift so many humans' life. Okay, so then your involvement physically, emotionally, mentally, soulfully, there is no involvement directly. Yes, because you are Jan Seva. Someone says, yes, I am going to give a Bhagavad Gita lecture per hour 500 Rand. So now that's where your story starts. Now your attachment, your focus is always towards the per hour 500 Rand. So every single hour increase, your 500 Rand increase. And then after that, if the host, you give a lecture 3 hours and host give you only 500 Rand, so your lost is 1,500, so 1,000 Rand lost. Now you going to be mentally, you're going to say, oh, I lost my 1,000 Rand. So whole 3 hours lecture which we have given about the Bhagavad Gita, you actually ruin everything because of the 1,000 Rand attachment. Oh, I want to give a lecture, before my condition is I want to give a lecture, it must be a 500 people in front of me. Otherwise, I'm not going to give a lecture. So that is, in the Bhakti Marg, many times people says, yeah, I can sing only bhajan if you give me mic. If there is no mic involved, I will not come to that house to sing the bhajan. So subject is, your intention is not to sing the bhajan, not intention to develop yourself. Intention is to show off yourself. Now, if that karma you doing the bhakti karma, but it's attached karma. That's where our story starts. Okay, now if in that karma cycle, if you make a mistakes, then you face it. Moksha, something which is we need to understand. Freedom from everything. And that is called the moksha. The first things first we must realize that whatever we looking in this planet Earth, that's it. In another planet, what it is, we don't know. We don't know what the Swarga look. We only can say that there is a Swarga. There is a Nark. There is a Devlok. There is a Rakshas Lok. We can say all those things, it's fine. But can we see? Can we see that there is a 10,000 people in this corner of the Swarg staying, and we can see, okay, they are enjoying the beautiful life. Is there any screen there available for us? There is a 50,000 people standing into that Narka, and we can see they are living in the painful life. Is there a screen available? No screen. So, what is Swarg and Nark? Swarg and Nark is things which we can see in front of our eyes. There are the thousands of people living in the difficult life, painful life, front of our eyes. And there are the thousands of animals living in the luxury life, beautiful life. One child can't even walk, don't even have a food in his plate. And one dog have a beautiful small house, its own, and having a 2-time meals beautifully. One family, whole family, eat only one meal, and then this side, small birds eat lot of food. Swarg and Nark. And this is we must try to understand. Narka and Swarga is nowhere else, it's something, everything is here. Bhagwan has given us a human birth for what? For what? To realize, to see, and make understand ourselves. Please try to understand. There is something there for you to. Bhagwan has given us a buddhi, ne? Ayangadi, in this area, there is a buddhi, which is out of all the life, existence life. They don't have it. We have it, human. Why Bhagwan has given us a buddhi? For what? What is the purpose to give us a buddhi? That buddhi can make us realize that if I am going to live the life without morals, without ethics, without spirituality, without bhakti, without all those things which has been described, then definitely I will be going to this category. And then if I am going to live my life with all those things, then definitely I will go to this category. Category is very important. And remember, in this Kali Yuga time, and so many times I have said, this is not the first time I am talking about, many times I have said, in this Kali Yuga time of the 21st century, no one can give you a moksha, guaranteed, because they themselves can't get a moksha. If I can get a moksha, then I can give you the moksha. But I know I will not get a moksha, guaranteed. There is nothing new which I am talking about. Why I am not going to get a moksha? Because this Kali Yuga life, in the particular 21st century life, to a point you will have to compromise somewhere. We will have to compromise somewhere. And that is the karma compromise. But what level compromise? Subject is. In which circumstances compromising? Bhagavad Gita is telling you, Bhagavad Gita is telling us, Bhagwan Sri Krishna is telling Arjun, you must fight, you must kill. And then Dharma says, no, you can't kill anybody. Ahimsa paramo dharma. Ahimsa is the parama dharma. Non-violence is dharma. Now Bhagwan Sri Krishna says, now you become violent. To kill somebody, you have to become violent. Contradictory. But there is no contradiction at all. If we look at that, there is a contradictory two words. But if we look at another way, there is no contradiction. Bhagwan Sri Krishna says, perform your dharma. Dharma is very important. What is your dharma? Dharma is not my Hindu dharma. No. Dharma is what is your duty. Why you are here. And within the system of your dharma, karma, and if you perform the karma, and if you do something wrong in that karma, then you are not going to get the painful life. You will get the life which is going to give you a still happiness. Although in the body which is you will not get human body, but you will definitely get the beautiful life. Because you have performed the karma within the boundaries of the dharma, and those boundaries of the dharma which has allowed you to compromise to a point. In these days we talk about the paper leak. Paper leaks, when exam starts, and then before the exam the paper get leaked. So then is a problem. But this system is running from the Krishna Bhagwan time. Paper leaking system, I'm telling you. Honestly. But this paper leak is adharma. And that paper leak which Bhagwan Sri Krishna did, it was a dharma. I will give you example in Mahabharata. It exactly happened that way. So after war is over, now all Panch Pandav going to meet the Dhritarashtra. Now Dhritarashtra still living with that mindset, these people has killed my all 100 sons and this and that. Now I got so much power, so I'm going to kill at least one of them. So now one of them, it was a Bhim, which he wanted to kill, because Bhim has killed Duryodhana. Now how Duryodhana got killed, that's a story itself, its own, which is I'm going to tell you when the time comes. But if I'm going to go in that route, then this one will be a. So now, what happened that time? With all of them, Supreme Master Krishna also went in to that room where there was a Dhritarashtra called that meeting and everything. So Dhritarashtra says, I want to hug to Bhim. Now here is a paper leak. Bhagwan Sri Krishna says, Bhim, you will not go, your statue will go. Instead of the Bhim himself, because Dhritarashtra was a blind, so Bhagwan Sri Krishna put the statue of the Bhim, and then as the moment they hug Dhritarashtra to Bhim, and he crushed the entire statue, fall into the parts. Imagine if it was Bhim himself, he would have got. Bhagwan has protected the Bhim from the Dhritarashtra, highly anger and adharma. Subject what I am trying to say here is, within the boundaries of those dharma, if you do something which is you're not supposed to do, that is still considered as a karma, good karma. Like Krishna Bhagavan not supposed to do that. Technically, if you look at that, it's not supposed to do that the way what he did to the Bhim. but within the boundary, because his intention wasn't to wrong intention. His intention was to save somebody's life. Which somebody wanted to kill someone who under the influence of so much anger and frustrations and then emotions-based life. This system we must understand. Now when we talk about the 21st century, within the system of the dharma, we might have to compromise many things. We might have to do the things which is we think, oh, we're not supposed to do. Yes, we're not supposed to do. But within the circle of the dharma, imagine now, say for example, we have decided I'm not going to drink the water on the Ekadashi day, for example. It's fine. Until your body is fine, you can. Now you are in a 52-degree temperature. Ekadashi is there. Now you're dehydrating yourself. And if you still say, no, I'm not going to drink the water, then what will happen? They will give you glucose water. End of that. Doctor will not tell you, okay, today is Ekadashi or Dvadashi or Trayodasi. You need a glucose, finish, done, finish. They don't check Amas, Chaudas, anything. So within the boundaries, if you drink the water on the Ekadashi, because you're drinking under the circumstances of 52-degree temperature, where your body needs that, and that is the body's need. So this body is Bhagavan has given us, so it's our duty to look after. It's our dharma to look after our body. We cannot allow to suffer that body. But in the very same time, if we have a -degree temperature, and if you said, oh, I'm going to still drink the water, then you compromise your own things, which you can survive without that water. Karma is like that. Every single karma, if you look at the fine-tuned way, nicely, then we will understand, yes. That's why Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, karma sannyasa. You have to do the karma, you have to perform the karma. That is your responsibility to perform the karma, but perform the karma as a sannyasi. Sannyasi means detach with those karma. So what if you get benefit or not? And that is why famous lokam, karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan. Karmanyeva, your adhikar, your right is only to perform the karma, that's it. Your adhikar is, your right is not to decide outcome of the karma. That is called the karma sannyas. Outcome of the karma is not within our territory. But what is happening here is, we do the reverse. We first focus on the outcome of the karma. This is what. And then after we perform the karma, so then we're going to get disappointed. Not only disappointed, but that karma which will give us, if the things happen in our favor, then we will be happy. If things don't happen in our favor, then we're going to be sad. Why? Because we already have set that mindset, oh, like say for example, I'm buying the house. So I'm buying the house with that mindset, oh, I'm buying the house, my house must be like this and that, all those things. And we look all criteria. Oh, now this window is fitting nicely, this door is fitting nicely, all those things, okay. Perfect, we bought the house. But when we walk into the house, we start living into that house. And suddenly we finding, okay, that window is breaking down in 10 days' time, that door is falling down, then we're going to get disappointed. Why are we going to be disappointed? Because this is what we didn't want it. Now that's where our intelligence comes, buddhi comes. If we want that house to be supposed to be like that, what we want, why didn't we check before that? It's no use to get disappointed after we start living in. So subject is, the soul is like that. When the soul receives the body, human body, then soul very happy, because this body have a chance to change everything. But when the soul go in another body, yes, soul can live with, because have to live is no way, but not going to be happy. Before I end, I will tell you one thing. In all lives, every existence, single life, smile. Only one body can give a smile, is a human body, where face expression can be seen, this person is smiling. But no other body. Have you ever seen the lion smiling, tiger smiling, bird smiling, any animal, any birds? Have you ever seen them smiling? There is no face expression of all smile or looking the sad. Only these face have an expression, and that tells everything in our life. Okay, this is something extraordinary has given to us, so we must utilize that and perform the karma within the dharma boundary and detached, so then this face will be remain always smiley. Otherwise, to look the sad face, there is a whole thousands of the other bodies are. So rather than go into those bodies, instead of having this body, because this body is meant to be supposed to be smile, and this is what we are not doing. Think about it. Next week Monday we are going to be continue about it. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranatah Kleshanasha Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. So we'll do the Aarti now. सांझ पड़े दिन हाथ में चकवा चकवीरो चलो चकवा क्या जय सांझ पड़े मतरो गौरी पूछे गोरिया कौन भलेरो संपत हो नहीं तो भलो परदेश तीमिरा देखता कुबुद्धि गई गुरु ज्ञान संपत गई अति लोभ से भक्ति गई अभिमानी कुंजर भयो लियो अपने सिर भार ताके जमरा कूट से जमलो डूगर. श्री राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय. ओम जय काना काड़ा प्रभु जय काना काड़ा मीठी मोरली भाड़ा मीठी मोरली ગોપીના પ્યારા ઓમ જય કાના કાળા કામણ ગારા કાન કામણ બહુ કીધા પ્રભુ કામણ બહુ કીધા માખણ ચોરી મોહન માખણ ચોરી મોહન ચિત ચોરી લીધા ઓમ જય કાના કાળા નંદ જશોદા ઘેર વૈકુંઠયુતાર્યું પ્રભુ વૈકુંઠયુતાર્યું કાલિયા મર્દન કીધું કાલિયા મર્દન કીધું ગાયો ને ચારી ઓમ જય કાના કાળા ગુણ ચણા તુજ પાર કે મેં નૈયા પ્રભુ કે મેં નહીં આવે નેતિ વેદ પુકારે નેતિ વેદ પુકારે પુનિત શુંગાવે ઓમ જય કાના કાળા ઓમ જય કાના કાળા પ્રભુ જય કાના કાળા મીઠી મોરલી વાત મીઠી મોરલી વાળા ગોપીના પ્યારા ઓમ જય કાના કાળા ઓમ જય કાના કાળા ઓમ જય કાના કાળા ગપૂરગૌરમ કરુણાવતારમ સંસારસારમ ભુજગેન્દ્રહારમ સદા વસંતાં હૃદયારવિંદ્રે ભવં ભવાની સહિतं નમામિ મંગલમ ભગવાન વિષ્ણુ મંગલમ ગરુડધ્વજ મંગલમ પુંડરીકાક્ષ મંગલાય તનો હરિ સર્વમંગલમાંગલ્યે શિવે સર્વાર્થસાધિકે શરણ્યે ત્રંબકે ગૌરી નારાયણી નમોસ્તુતે નારાયણી નમોસ્તુતે નારાયણી નમોસ્તુતે શ્રી રાધે કૃષ્ણ ભગવાન જલેન શુદ્ધીકરણમ કુર્યાત દેવતાનામ અભિવંદનમ સ્થાપિત દેવતાભ્યો નમઃ નિરાંજનમ સમર્પયામિ 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 આરાર્તિકમ સમર્પયામિ યશ આરોગ્ય પ્રાપ્તિ અર્થે સ્વાત્માનામ અભિવંદનમ પાત્રાદ બૈહસ્તમ રક્ષાલ્ય શ્રીરામચંદ્ર કૃપાળુ ભજમન હરન ભવ ભયદારુણમ નવકંજલોચન કંજ મુખ કર કંજ પદ કંજા કંદર્પય ગણિત અમિત છવિ નવ નીલ નીરજસું પટપીતમાનૌ તડિત રુચિસુ નવમિ જનકસુતાવરમ શિરમુકુટકુંડ તિલકચારુ ઉદાર અંગ વિભૂષણમ આજાનુભુજ શરચાપધરુ સંગ્રા મજિત ખરદૂષણમ ભજુદીન બંધુદિને સદાનવ દૈત્યવંશનિકંદન રઘુનંદયાનંદ કંદ કૌશલ ચંદ્ર દશરથ નંદનમિતિ વદિત તુલસી દાસ શંકર શેષ મુનિ મનરંજન મમ હૃદય કુંજ નિવાસ કુરુકા કલદલરન શ્યાવર રામચંદ્ર ભગવાન કી જય રાધે કૃષ્ણ ભગવાન કી જય ગણપતિ મહારાજ વિઘ્નેશ્વરાય વરદાય સુરપ્રિયાય લંબોદરાય સકલાય જગદ્વિતાય નાગાનનાય શ્રુતિઘ્નવિભૂષિતાય ગૌરીસુતાય ગણનાથ નમો નમસ્તે ગણપતિ મહારાજ उमापति महादेव श्मशाने स्वक्रीडा स्मरहर पिशाचा सहचराश्चिता भस्मालेपं सृगपिनुकरोटी परिकरम् अमङ्गल्यं शीलं तव भवतु नामेवमखिलं तथापि स्मर्तॄणां वरद परमं मङ्गलमसि उमापति महादेव। राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय। कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल बाल कृष्ण भगवान की जय। शांताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलं योगविरध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं वसुदेवं सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। आकाशात् पतितं योऽयं यथा गच्छति सागरं सर्वदेवो नमस्कारं केशवं प्रति गच्छति मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्वमहं वन्दे परमानन्दममा। त्वमेव माताश्च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेवं। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे असितगिरिसमं शादकज्जलं सिन्धुपात्रे सुरतरुवर्षाखालेखनी पत्रं लिखत यदि गृहीत्वां शारदा सर्वकालं तदपि तव गुणानां ईशपारं। राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय। जय 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 जगदम्बे आद्यशक्ति भवानी मां अम्बे मा। नमो देव्यै महादेव्यै शिवायै सततं नमः प्रकृत्यै भद्रायै नियतां प्रणतास्मतां विद्युद्दाम समप्रभां मृगपतिं स्कन्धस्थितां कन्याभिकरवालखेटविलसद्हस्ताभिरः सेवितां हस्तैश्चक्रधरालिखेटविशिखांश्चापं गुणां तर्ज बिभ्राणां मण्डलात्मिकां शशिधरां दुर्गां त्रिनेत्रां भजे दुर्गां त्रिनेत्रां। अम्बे मात की आशापुरी मात की जय। महालक्ष्मी मात की जय। ओम राधे कृष्ण भगवान की कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। बाल कृष्ण भगवान उमापति महादेव की जय। गणपति महाराज की जय। ओम नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव। ओम नमस्ते हमारा अहो प्राणदाता नमस्ते हमारा पिता माता भ्रात नमस्ते महादेव जोड़ित विहस्ते नमस्ते प्रभु नमस्ते नमस्ते नमस्ते। जय श्री कृष्ण।